is Sarah Vasquez, and this is my Comparative World Government final. So first off, congratulations to everyone for getting this far in the course. We're almost done. We only have this final. Now I want to share with you a little bit about the topic that I chose, which is water. First things first. Why is water so important? How does it affect us? How does it affect the world? Water is a crucial part of the well-being and development in every way for a country. It is at the core of sustainable development. What I mean by this is that unlike many other issues that the United Nations is trying to address, water affects both society and the environment, meaning it affects our health, it affects our food, it affects our physical ability to get to work, our mental ability to think, and many other things. So if the water issue is addressed, it sets the foundation to address other issues as well. Although for many developed countries the use of water seems pretty normal, other countries still struggle to establish the use of it as a right for everyone. So the next question is, what does this have to do with globalization? Globalization takes on a huge part of the impact. The larger the amount of people on the earth, the more people are in need of water and sanitation. Globalization encompasses the development of cities, the development of ideas, and many other things, developing countries, developing governments. And in order to do that, one of the basic things that needs to be addressed is the issue of water. Now, taking a look, what has the United Nations done? What have their decisions done to help the issue? The United Nations has recognized water as a basic human right, and not only just having it around, but it must be close to home so it's accessible to the people and cheap, so it's less than 3 cents. The United Nations recognize water, the need of it, as an international thing, and they therefore made it the Sustainable Development Goal number 6. By adding it to the other goals for 2030, it allows a foundation to assist in meeting other related goals, such as I mentioned before, the health, the society, the environment, just having a way to provide. The United States has also done many conferences taking steps to improve. They've looked for solutions for many years now to try to improve the situation for water, and little by little, they've come to this moment where they recognize it as the Sustainable Development Goal number 6, and therefore by 2030 we want to have water as a right for everyone. A few statistics according to the United Nations are that 2.1 billion people lack clean drinking water. Now this is so important. Other sources say that it's almost 2/3 of the people in the world cannot drink the water that's around them because it's not clean. It would make them sick. Something that, at least for me, seems very normal, just going to the sink, filtering a little bit of water, or going to the store and buying a water bottle. There's so many people that can't even do that, and it's just mind-blowing to think that. Next is 340,000 children under the age of 5 have lost their lives due to the bad conditions a lack of water and sanitation impose. This is so heartbreaking. Most of these children have died because of child diarrhea, and that's something that seems so normal in our lives. Just having a little bit of diarrhea, being able to take a shower, use the toilet, drink some water, drink a little bit of medicine. These children have actually lost their lives too because they don't have the access to it. Third is that 90% of all natural disasters are water related. We've had many tsunamis and hurricanes, a lot of rain that has loosened up the soil, caused mudslides and landslides, and so many other natural disasters. Most of them are because of water. And lastly, 80% of wastewater goes back into the ocean with pollution without being treated or reused. So many of the goals that are being set for the United Nations are that we should recycle certain things, we should reuse certain things, but many people limit that only to plastic, paper, and aluminum. We have to make sure that we are also being smart with our usage of water. Next question. What can we do to help the issue? The lack of water and sanitation are the main reasons for poverty. By helping the need for water, many other conditions can also be improved, as mentioned before. Impact. The goals for sustainable development are ones that can be achieved in the next 12 years. The question of how can we make an impact can be answered by spreading awareness. It's so important. The United Nations, for all their goals, their idea is to spread awareness among the people. Many don't know of the Sustainable Development Goals, much less the specifics of how to assist them. By spreading awareness in our communities and homes, we allow more opportunities for people to change their lifestyles to help everyone on the globe. For this specific water goal, we can help it simply by taking shorter showers, which I am guilty of. I enjoy a long hot shower, especially with the cold. I live pretty up north in the United States and it's pretty cold up here. So I am guilty of taking those long hot showers. But if it benefits somebody else in another country who doesn't even have the ability to take a shower, then I can start taking shorter showers to help contribute to the world. Also, by filtering water, this also helps the recycling plastic if we don't buy water bottles for every drink of water that we take. If we filter our water, we can reduce our usage of water by a lot. If we create gardens, rain can help water the gardens. If we live in a place where it rains a lot, then why not let the rain water the plants instead of us having to take out a hose, which wastes many gallons of water to help. Next steps. Now this is just going a little bit further, but why can't it be us? Why not our generation that changes the world, right? So a few larger and extra steps could be hosting a walkathon to raise awareness and money for these people that need water. A walkathon is pretty easy to host. You ask somebody to please sponsor you, and if you walk a mile, if you walk 2 miles, even if it's a 5K, that's a way to spread awareness so that people around know, and you can raise a little bit of money to assist. Building a well in an African village through mission organizations. I know my class did this before. We collected money together and we sent it through Samaritan's Purse. We were able to build a well for an African village, and now they have clean water that they can use for drinking, for taking a shower, for feeding their animals, for many other things. Just a little heads up for you guys. How can we apply this to our own lives? March 22nd is World Water Day, so why don't we all take that day, mark it in your calendars, and try to spread a little bit of awareness. There was a city in Costa Rica that did a project to spread this awareness. It was kind of just testing out, but they set different groups and they compared the water intake for the group. So whatever, at the end of a week, at the end of a month or something, I'm not sure exactly which one it was, but when they would get the bill for water, they got a little happy face if they used less water than other people in their village. And they got a sad face if they used more than other people used. And the results were that people were spreading awareness about using less water, and the amount of water that they used reduced significantly. So even things like that, we can spread awareness. In my opinion, there was a question that was talking about what is the government doing for this? Now, the government, at least in the United States, has set some limitations concerning water, for irrigation and that type of thing, but there is still a lot that needs to be done. I know that big issues such as water are extremely hard to tackle, but awareness is key, and many times to spread awareness, the government doesn't need to do it. It can fall in our hands. In my opinion, the government could do a little bit more to raise the awareness, such as what a city in Costa Rica did that reduced their use of water. I'm pretty sure that that could happen in our country too. Even if it's recycling water, using it for our gardens, filtering it so we can drink it, things like that. I feel that the government could promote a little bit more through their propaganda and even commercials that we see on TV. But besides that, we can be the people that change how others view the use of water. Why not us? As I mentioned before, we can be the ones that can make a change. So, going back to globalization, which is the title of this whole project, globalization affects both negatively and positively. I mentioned before maybe the more negative side, that the more people there are, the more water is needed. But now for the positive, the more people that can work together to make a change, the more chance of a change there's going to be. So that's it, guys. That's my project. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Um, Water is just really foundational, really important for all our other goals. Don't forget to mark in your calendars March 22nd is World Water Day. Helping water is very cost effective. So, if you do have the opportunity to raise money and send it somewhere, know that your money is going to be put for good use and that it's worth it. So, lastly, here are my works cited page, all the sites that I use. If you guys want any more information, here are the sites that I was able to learn from. And I just thank you guys so much for your time, and I hope you have a really good night. Bye, guys.